So this isn't about finding something. So in that sense, there isn't any hope on offer in this sort of event. In this sort of event, it's very clear that hope is part of a prison. The prison that there's something better in the future, something more accomplished, something more full, more complete. And what's said in these talks is that just doesn't have any sort of reality. It just doesn't exist at all, because this is everything, and there isn't something else that's waiting. And that would be an illusion, that there's something else that's waiting. And this illusion seems to bring about a lot of stories, a lot of ideas, a lot of complications. It's infinite, basically, all the stories and complications that seem to arise from this sense of this isn't it. Yeah, it's endless. Part of it is, of course, methods. Like meditating every day will bring about what I'm looking for. Being very still, being very calm, being very conscious, of course. All these methods which are just futile, because they're part of this illusion, basically. The illusion that something is waiting. There's nothing waiting. This is finished. This is whole and complete, and no one needs to find it, understand it, or work on it in any sort of way. So we can talk about that in this meeting, apparent meeting. You can activate the mics, write in the chat, and if questions or just whatever. And there doesn't need, of course, to be any questions or conversations. Is it that life is supporting, or is it just that there is no inside nor outside? I don't understand. Life is supporting, and yeah, there's no inside or outside. There's no limit. What do you mean that life is supporting? I wouldn't say that there's something called a life that's supporting or not supporting.
It's just what it's apparently happening.
Yeah, exactly. There
Yeah.
not much to say, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
This.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no positioning in that, which would be inside, outside, which would be everything or nothing or both. That would be the story of I am. So I exist, so I need to position myself. And because it never really works, because it's based on the illusion, that's I am. And so it can seem to change. So now I'm going to be everything. Now I'm going to be nothing. Now I'm going to be inside. Hi, in the chat. So many friends are unfriending me right now. And this has been a pattern for many years, actually. Would you say that it's something in my energy creating these experiences? Haha, I know that's the non-dual way. It's just so strange, honestly, how it plays out. I really have no idea. Really no idea. Absolutely no idea why friends seem to be unfriending you. It's what seems to be happening, and no one's controlling it. And there's no real reason in the end. Yeah. Something in my energy. No, there's no need for more or less friends. That can be part of the story, that friends are important, that I need friends, etc. But there's no need, of course. But there's no need either for no friends and for a lot of solitude, a lot of being alone either. There's absolutely no condition either way. But if friendships are based on seeking in spirituality, that can seem to hearing a message which says that that's part of a dream can create some sort of maybe friction. I don't know. I didn't have any friends interested in spirituality anyway, so I don't know. And it's not to bring up the emotions around it, to clear them out. So hard to not try and find a reason. I don't really understand. Emotions around what? Around the message, or Feeling rejected. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's no need to try and find a reason or to not find a reason. There's no one who controls that. If trying to find a reason why our friends walking away happens, that's what happens, and it's not seen as a problem at all. Of course, any reason will be an apparent reason, which is what is said here, which basically means a reason for no one, a reason which is completely unknown and also unimportant, of course. But that doesn't matter if finding a reason is what apparently happens. It's what apparently happens. And there's no one to prevent that or try to do it. It's as it is. It is thinking in cause and effect. Well, it's experiencing cause and effect. Thoughts follow, of course, but that's the experience. I am, and so there's something that happened before and something that will happen later. That's the experience of cause and effect. And that it's real and that it's important. But there's no one, and there isn't really something that happened before and really something that happened after. That's part of an illusion. Mm. Yeah, the me lives in his own. The me lives in a problem, which is me. I'm a problem, basically, and I have to solve this problem. It's what was said in the introduction. This isn't quite it, and to solve this problem, there are a million futile ways which don't solve anything because they're working on an illusion. So the good news is there is no problem. There is no one. That's amazing. Yeah, amazing. And this. Hi.
Hi. I
English. Yay.
yes. I think that I make things that and that
Mm-hmm.
but I have never make anything.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. No one does anything.
But the me seems that makes things and work and
Uh-huh. The me lives in that experience. I exist and I do. And I must do.
thank you, Benoit.
Thank you. And you even hear some spiritual talk about creating everything. It's not just doing, it's creating. I create my world, which is sort of the next step. But no, nothing's created, nothing's done. It's what apparently happens. Freely, in that sense. There's no ownership in what's apparently done, what apparently happens. It felt a bit as it wasn't an easy day. Can you say that again about life? There is no life. Do you mean, can I say that some days are not easy? Yeah, why not? Oh, today was exhausted. Absolutely. That sounds quite natural. Thanks. There was a lot of anger. Yeah, anger seems to happen. Yeah, this message doesn't promote a peaceful way of life. It's what apparently happens. Anger. Or not. Totally free to be as it is. That's a relief that it doesn't need to be in any way. And a surprise. My friend texted me now. Funny, maybe I cleared out something after all. Who knows? There's no control. There's no really any friend, any friendship. Not really. That's what apparently happens. There's no one in there. There isn't merely my friend that I could have or lose. Just a sec. So nothing is ever lost, and anger can appear. Yeah, yeah. Nothing is ever lost. In these meetings, we talk about the loss of something that doesn't really happen, an illusion. So when this illusion apparently falls away, nothing really was lost, and everything seems to happen. Anger, joy. Nothing's ever lost and nothing's ever gained either. So we're not trying to lose something or to gain something. And anger doesn't either take something off, neither does peace add something. I was thinking anger is the Mel. What is Mel? Ah, the me, sorry. Anger is the me. No, no. Oh, no. Anger is anger. Just as uncontrolled and unknown and unowned as anything else. Mm. And just as unproblematic. It seems to be one of the things the me latches onto as maybe a solution to solve me, my problem. But there is no problem, and anger doesn't need any sort of work. Hello. chat. So there has never been anything wrong. It is a wonder. Yeah. There's never been anything, really, that could be called wrong or right. In that sense, there's no such thing, really, as right or wrong. Those would all be part of a story that there really is something, that it's happening to me, and so I can put it on a sort of scale. Up is right and down is wrong. That's illusion. Merci. Can you say something about feeling ownership over the person I'm in love with? Even if there is no relationship or anything, not that that would make a difference regarding that feeling. Yeah, it's sort of the same thing as friendship. You know, when there's this illusion, there's this sense that this friend is my friend, and it's one of my possessions in a way, and it's and in the relationship, it's more than a friend. It's my you know, my second half, and that's very important. It's just not like that. There is no relationship between two people. There's no one living in that sort of reality. It's not something that can be understood or that needs to be worked on. Oh, so now I'm going to try and not feel ownership about the person I'm in love with. That's not what we're talking about, because what's said here, as long as there is this illusion, there is this sense of ownership, and it's not seen as a problem too. So this illusion and the sense of ownership isn't seen as a problem, something that needs to be gotten rid of, or worked on. What can seem to happen is a frustration. It's not quite it. It's not quite it, and so the seeking that goes with it. Because, of course, in this example, the sense of ownership, the person needs to fulfill my requirements for that story to work. So the person I'm in love with needs to be in a certain way for this to work. He needs to be, I don't know, in love with me. He needs to fulfill my requirements. And of course that doesn't work because it's not possible. So in this example, yeah, that there can be a frustration there. The person I'm in love with can be another tool to solve my problem. I'm not quite complete. Maybe this is what will complete me. And of course, that doesn't work. but there is no one, and there's no real problem, and there's no need for another person to be in a certain way to fulfill me. That just doesn't happen. And in that sense, all the importance doesn't seem to happen. This person needs to fulfill me, and therefore is very important, and that's just not there. There's no importance in what apparently happens in an apparent relationship. Yeah, so so there is no relationship because there's no one separate from what is. So no one who needs to be in relation. What is everything and whole and complete. Thank you very much. There'll be a weekend in Prague starting on Friday at 7. There's space left. And there'll be a break from Zooms in August, and I'll probably start Zooms again in September in English and in French. It's in French on Thursday evenings. Thank you, and have a good evening.
Thank you. See you soon.
Thanks. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.